Hi, everybody. My name is Michael Zornick, and today is Monday, April 22nd, 2019. It's been a while since I did a blog post, and so I thought I'd shake it up a little and do a video instead to kind of post my status and keep everybody up to date with what's going on. Um, in general, things are good. So primarily, one of the reasons I haven't been posting as much is that I actually have a second client project, so I'm definitely at capacity with my consulting work, and so um, I've been doing a lot more client work than I have been my personal work, and so that's been keeping me from blogging. But the client work is going well. I have a long-term iOS client that I've been working with for a while, and we're actually working on integrating the network stack that we designed into their main app, which their main app is a bit older and has a bit of cruft, and so we're trying to like surgically embed this network stack that has a lot of new ideas into an app that has a lot of old expectations. So it's been kind of interesting to do, but definitely interesting, and that's in like beta testing right now as part of like a phase one integration, and then over the next couple months we'll kind of like replace. So this first chunk basically replaces authentication and authorization and updates all of the OAuth token renewal stuff, and then over time we'll kind of replace more and more of the main API with this kind of new stack design. Which, if you're interested in the stack design, I did a talk on it, recorded it. It's back in January. It's for the Cocoa Heads, and you can check that out. Other client is New Client, and they are hiring me to help with some Elixir Phoenix work. So they have a project which I can't go into details with, but I'll say that for my part, the early part, we kind of helped document and I won't say design, but basically mark improvements that we would like to make to the deployment system. And they're deploying to Amazon, which is kind of interesting to me because I historically have not done a lot of Amazon deployment. Historically, I like to do kind of Linode style deployments where I have more control over the box, and it's a little bit more familiar to me. But there are pros and minuses for both sides. But the Amazon stuff is kind of interesting, and I was accepted into the project knowing that I hadn't done a lot of Amazon stuff in the past, so it was a kind of a good opportunity to kind of learn things, in a production environment. And then after that, I've been working a little bit just on the Elixir app itself. There was definitely some um, on ramping to kind of understanding their business needs and the business logic and the models and what they're trying to accomplish. But we're kind of over that hump now, and we're really starting to kind of pump out some UI, which is really nice. And yeah, things are going well work wise. That deployment should probably take me through probably the end of May, maybe into June, and then I'll probably have some availability start to open up. And I probably won't look for a new project in June just because I'm going on vacation, and I'm also going to watch Apple's WWDC, and so I'd like to kind of just have a little bit extra downtime just to be able to take all that in. I'm not going to be attending this year. I attended last year kind of socially, and it was a lot of fun, but I did make, and I did make a decision that this year I wanted to attend conferences that were a little bit more directed towards my long-term goals to kind of move into web development. And so I'm headed back to ElixirConf later in August, and I'm also going to the Event Apart, which is the Elistapart company's conference, which is all about web design, and that's going to be in July, down outside of Washington D.C. So that should be a lot of fun. So yeah, so work's going great. So availability for me for work will probably open up around July. If anybody needs any work done, talk to me later about that. Other than work, personally, so side hustle wise, I had one side project which I kind of deployed into the world, which was this group leadership website. The basic idea is that it's like a forum for people who run meetups. It kind of helps them understand how to improve the meetup, how to, get speakers and, a lot of suggestions and ideas. And I have mixed feelings because I launched it back in February, and I haven't really, you know, for the plant reference, like I haven't watered it very well. And so it's been there, but it hasn't really seen a lot of activity. But at the same time, I haven't really done a lot of marketing for it yet. So that is something I would really like to get back into and market for, because it kind of feeds into some of the other projects that I would like to work on that I am working on. So we'll see. I'm proud of what's up there. There's a really nice like kind of master checklist of like if you're running a meetup, like here's some things to kind of keep in mind, before you start it, when you're running the monthly meetings, and things to grow and so forth. So other than that, I do have one other side project that I've started working on, which is an Elixir project. I don't really want to go into too much detail about it yet, but just to say that it's kind of fun for me because it gives me an opportunity to play with some tech that I haven't played with yet. So it's got obviously Elixir and Phoenix. It's got a Postgres database doing some tenant stuff where it kind of splits each client into their own database. Then we've got a GraphQL API, and eventually I'd like to have some like kind of mobile apps kind of help support it. So it's a pretty big idea. And my hope is to kind of get some prototypes kind of working before I get into too much detail talking about it. I feel like that's one of my problems where I really like to talk about my projects even though they're still very young, and then sometimes they don't come out, and then you feel really... So we'll try to hold off on talking about details for that for now. Other than that, things are going well. Personally, the business in general is going well. I paid my taxes, last week, and, personally, just, having fun, playing video games, really into the Phillies right now. Phillies started baseball, in early April, and so I've been watching a lot of Phillies games. I actually been playing Phillies games too on the PlayStation 4. I bought MLB The Show, and that's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know. That's it, really. Nothing too crazy going on. My phone rang, people. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. So yeah, so anyway, things are going really well. Hope you guys are doing well as well, and if you're doing many projects, love to hear about them. As I said, hopefully the blogging will kind of start to kick up again as some of the projects kind of go down. But yeah, I don't know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for interest in me and my projects, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.